Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and I've got another fun video where we're going to talk about the different areas of the game and rank them. I just did one ranking all of the factions. I'm trying to brainstorm and think of fun concepts for videos to interact with you all. So if you have any ideas, let me know down below. I love doing videos like this where we take some graphics and we try to kind of chart everything out and have these discussions about the state of the game and do different tier lists and stuff like that. That type of content is right up my alley. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But what we're going to do in this one is talk about all the areas of the game. I've played Raid since day one. I've been a content creator forever. So I'm just going to lay this out in terms of Plarium's design and concept of these different areas of the game and the state of their current functionality in Raid Shadow Legends. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get this ready to rock. We're going to just go in alphabetical order all the way from campaign to, well, I don't know why the portal's over there. It starts with P. Why is that over there? It's all in alphabetical order. Yeah, Market, Mine, Hydra, Tag Team, and then it goes Tavern, Portal. Okay, I have no idea why that happened. I literally just uploaded everything, and it usually just lays it out in alphabetical order, but okay. We're going to go in mostly alphabetical order. So let's start with the campaign. The campaign is mostly fine. I like how they added Nightmare. Maybe if you're a new player, you don't know that Nightmare was added after the game's release. When it first came out, it was just normal, hard, and brutal. And they haven't really adjusted the sets or anything available in the campaign. It's been mostly status quo with slight adjustments and the addition of Nightmare. So, I mean, it's all right. I'd probably go like... it's like a high B or a low A. I like the time of the stages, and it flows pretty well. I'm gonna start with high B because I think basically only speed and lifesteal are the only like viable gear that an early game player would go after. So I wish they would dive in and balance some of these sets and make them a little bit more desirable, like curing and retaliation and destroy and stuff like that. So if they did that, then it would definitely be an A. And move up a little bit. Then we've got the clan boss, aka Demon Lord. I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna go A. The rewards are really good. I would almost go S. I would go S on Demon Lord if it didn't take so long. Like if you had a way to speed it up. People are still having to fight in the clan boss like 45 minutes a day and just sit there and kind of watch their composition do its thing. So that's what's the trepidation of me going to S. But it is really good rewards, and there's lots of options to build cool teams. They've released champions like Demetha and this new fusion champion, and lots of different ways to put together compositions nowadays for success in the clan boss. So all in all, I think it's pretty solid. It'd be like a high A, and if they ever give us a way to speed it up, it would probably jump up to S. Then we get to Classic Arena. Classic Arena. It's gotten better recently. They made it a lot more realistic for people to kind of farm up the arena. Platinum is kind of a mess in terms of how they do it competitively, I think. But the overall farming experience, etc., really isn't that bad. I'd probably start about right there with Classic Arena. Next up is Doom Tower. I think they did a pretty good job with the design of the Doom Tower. I think, having the normal and hard difficulties is nice. I think the bosses are super cool aesthetically. Some of them are a little bit toxic in how they work, like Bommel, for example. So maybe some slight adjustments to some of the bosses, and this would be a really good kind of cool area of the game. Gives you incentive to build a lot of different champions and gives meme type less used champions a little bit more value. So all in all, I mostly like the Doom Tower. I'd probably put it up here in the A tier. Then we have dungeons. So this got a lot better when they adjusted and added the new stages of potion keeps. I really think they did a great job with the stage 20 potion keeps. They're way more rewarding now and all that, and that was a really good change they made for the game. The Minotaur, they need to adjust that as well and add up to level 20, but it's tough for them to do that because they have the ability for you to like spend gems on the masteries, so they'll probably never do that, but it would be nice if they looked into that. The dungeons are pretty cool. They all have very different mechanics and accentuate some different champions for an opportunity to shine. Definitely not perfect. I didn't like some of the adjustments with the enemy max HP they made for the new stages, but I understand they were trying to make other champions viable past stage 20. So dungeons are mostly okay. Pretty pretty comparable to the campaign. Yeah, I mean, right there. I mean, you could go either way. But yeah, I think the dungeons are mostly okay, but there's lots of adjustments they could do to make things better. Then for Faction Wars, again, I think Faction Wars is pretty cool. It's definitely very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very instrumental, very important, very healthy to have something like this in the game, because it makes a lot of champions have value that would otherwise be worthless, and people would never want to summon them. And it really makes some champions shine and get featured on some accounts, and get players excited to kind of use them. And you know, you'll hear a lot like, oh, I summoned so-and-so, at least I can use them in Faction Wars. And that happens a lot. So I think Faction Wars is very important to the game. I think there's some adjustments they can make to the farming. They did add super raids, which is good. I don't really like the functionality of it. Like, you know, if you do super raids and you don't have enough keys to afford the 2 runs, it won't run the single run and stuff like that. I wish it would, but minor things. I think Faction Wars is mostly pretty cool. You know, in the same vein as the Doom Tower, I'd honestly probably put it like right there. I think Faction Wars is very important for the game, and it could get to S tier if they adjusted just a few small things. The good old Forge. You can see here I'm trying to stay kind of close to max, because I want to do a bunch of crafting for CBC coming up. But yeah, I think it's really cool. They added the ×10 button that you can't see, but over there, the craft ×10, they've added that. The Forge was a new addition to the game, coming, you know, about a year ago or so. So I think it's been a great addition to the game, honestly. It's super impactful for people to get some of that perception gear and stuff like that on new accounts. That's very good. It's a good source of points for CVC. It makes farming Classic Arena more impactful with the Majesty and stuff like that, and Faction Wars as well, so it's not just glyphs. So yeah, I think the Forge is honestly pretty cool. I'd put it up here in the same vein as some of the stuff in the A tier. I mean, gosh, I could almost go S tier. The packs are really bad in terms of value. The Forge pass isn't that great. I like to be harsh on my S grades. I don't know if I can quite go S, but the Forge is definitely a great addition to the game, and I want to keep it in the A tier. We'll make some adjustments here at the end maybe, and try to get a good distribution on the tier list. Then the Great Hall. I think the Great Hall is mostly fine. There's really nothing horribly wrong with it. It's more important that they get the Classic Arena right to get it to coincide with the Great Hall properly. I think it's a good thing to have in the game, and it's mostly okay. I would definitely adjust it a little bit, but it's you know, probably it's somewhere right there with the arena. They both kind of go hand in hand, so I'd probably go somewhere like that for the Great Hall. Then the Guardian Ring, which used to be the sparring pit, but then they added a bunch of stuff like Faction Guardians and the dupe system and the token trader and all that. We might get our first C tier thing here in the Guardian Ring. I don't like how it doesn't auto refresh in the sparring pit. I get it, what they're trying to do. They want a recurring player mechanic to get you to log in and check your sparring pit, but I don't think it's like impactful enough. It doesn't like level up fast enough or do anything crazy enough to like force people to log in. I don't think really, at least not like after the super beginner phase of the game. But anyway, I think the token trader is pretty bad. I think Empowering and Faction Guardians are mostly okay, and I think we're a good addition for the game, so I'm not going to go like F, but there's definitely some things that would need to change in the Guardian Ring to bring that up into the B or A tier. Oh geez, then the Hydra. The Hydra would have been F tier, but they did make some adjustments recently. I like the thing they did with the free regrouping and the chance to choose at the end of your fight if you want to regroup or finalize it. I like the adjustments they made to some of the difficulty and things that they did on the Hydra. So I am gonna bump it from F to C tier based on what they did recently. I do think the Hydra still definitely needs some adjustments and some things. You know, you see a lot of players that hate the Hydra and don't like that mechanic, and it seems to be a little bit of a whiff in terms of the amount of hype that was around it when it was being added to the game and what it ended up being. So I think the Hydra could definitely move into the B tier and get a lot better, but they definitely have some work to do on the Hydra still. The market, oh geez, the market is definitely a meme. Do I go? I mean, you can get 5 ancients a month. Yeah, and the price is mostly fair at 200K. That's really the only redeeming quality. Or, you know, some of those new early game players to be able to max out their armature and buy some of those uncommons, but you're going to get that from mystery shards anyway. So the market, yeah, and you have to spend a bunch of gems to unlock the slots when you're new and stuff. If it started out fully unlocked, I'd probably put it in the C tier. But given the fact that you got to pay for the damn thing, and what it is, the market is definitely needing some love. It's one of those things that's never really been adjusted since the inception of Raid, and it probably should be. So yeah, I'm probably going to put the market in the F tier. And right next to it, the gem mine. The gem mine's mostly okay. At least they let you farm up some gems on your account slowly over time. It's not amazing. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like it probably goes somewhere like right there. I mean, it is what it is. It's fine. But it could definitely be a little bit cooler of a mechanic and a little bit better maybe. Oh no, Tag Team Arena. They did make it would have definitely been in the F tier. They did make some adjustments to how many people can fit in some of these tiers, which was definitely a much needed change. And they have added the different like team slots, the team setup, the AI. So they've probably bumped it up from F to C, pretty comparable to the Hydra. Like it wasn't F, but it's being worked on. So yeah, I'd probably put it in that same vein as the Hydra. Honestly, I'd probably go like that. And then the Tavern, they've added some really cool stuff. So the show upgradable only was amazing. They've got good sorting options. I wish it was bigger than just 3 rows. Like I wish you could have like a view choice to kind of scrunch some of the stuff and get some more rows, like you can in the Champions tab, where you can go here and do something like this. I wish you could do something like that in the Tavern, and see a little bit more, but I like the artifact enhancement thing, but that's kind of like in the Champions tab, not the Tavern. So I really hate how the Tavern does not have a mass upgradable option. So you can't like level up 3 1-stars and then just upgrade all 3 of them at the same time. A lot of games have those mechanics built into them. Even low budget ones like Summoner's Glory have stuff like that. So the Tavern is fine. It'd probably go somewhere like right there though. And then the summoning portal, you know, they've got a good rotation of 2x events, and they've kind of settled into the 2x, 10x, and, you know, guaranteed events type stuff. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Raid does a pretty decent job on, like, the dopamine mechanic and having enough variants of champions for new players to feel like they're summoning stuff pretty often. So you know, it's you know, in the same vein as like the Great Hall and stuff like that. I think they do mostly an okay job on the Tavern on the portal mechanic in general in this game. So I'd probably go like right there. So now in closing, what I like to do is zoom in a little bit and let's see if we can adjust things and make this a little bit more accurate. I do want to, I mean, Raid has evolved a lot in the last few years. I do want to at least put something in the S tier. It would, like, the clan boss, that we need a way to speed it up. It's hard to put that in the S tier without a way to speed it up. So, like, I want to, but that is a big knock on the clan boss with how long it takes every single day. So I just can't do it. Gosh, I'd probably, if anything, put the Forge up there. It's good early game, end game, worth a lot in CVC. You can farm it up in Faction Wars. Yeah, I'd probably do that. And if I were going to put anything else in the S tier, it'd probably be Faction Wars. Like, it's just so important for the health of the game, and allows you to build a lot of different teams and use a lot of different champions. It's just so crucial to the whole community of Raid and the game's existence. So I'd probably start with those two if I wanted to, like, at least put something in S. And then I have a little bit too many things in the B tier, so I want to spread that out a little bit. I'd probably move dungeons and campaign up to the A tier. I mean, I think they're mostly okay. I wish some of the sets are just too trash. the dungeon mechanics, all in all, the fights are pretty cool, and they're all kind of different, and some variants. And the potion keeps adjustment was definitely good, so I could probably move those up. And then that leaves me with this right here, a pretty even distribution of B and C, and only one thing in the F tier, which I think the lower 3 tiers ended up mostly okay. You know, your Portal and your Tavern, they're fine. And then Classic Arena and Great Hall, they kind of go hand in hand, and they work out okay together, but not amazing, not perfect. And then the C tier here with the Guardian Ring, the Mine, and then you got the Tag Team Arena and the Hydra that really need some love for the player base to enjoy those areas more. And then the market is just kind of a meme, and it definitely needs to be adjusted. It hasn't evolved at all with the state of the game over the last few years. So I think all in all, I'm mostly okay with that being my final version here. But as always, let me know what you think down below. We've got the Forge and Faction Wars up in the S tier, the Demon Lord, the Doom Tower, Dungeons and Campaign in the A tier, the Portal, the Tavern, and the Classic Arena, the Great Hall in the B, Guardian Ring, Mine, Tag Team, Hydra, and C, and the market closing it out in the poor market there at the bottom in the F tier. So would love to hear what you think down below, and let me know if you have any ideas for cool videos like this. I'm always trying to brainstorm and think of fun things to do here on the channel. So that'll do it for me on this one. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.